Welcome to the Common Man Football Show. My name is James Coburn, and today's episode, we're talking about the 2018 NFL Draft Class, specifically Mike Gesicki, tight end out of Penn State. So this video is going to deal with his analytics profile. We're going to look at his production data, his athleticism data, and give sort of a general overview of what his potential could be at the NFL level based on both of those particular metrics. If you're new to the channel and you're new to the work that I do, all terms and definitions will be in the description. So if you don't really know what market share production data is and you're not very familiar with what athleticism data is, where you're talking about the explosive lower body strength score, speed score, or flexibility score, all those terms will be in the description with the definitions therein. So, getting to Mike Gesicki's production profile. When you look at his production coming out of Penn State, in terms of market share production, he had a 76.62 out of 100 production score. Based on my data since the 1969 NFL Draft Class, the bottom end threshold for All-Pro potential tight ends, that's multiple All-Pro, so tight ends that had at least 3 All-Pro selections in their career, was 70.27 out of 100. The bottom end threshold for Pro Bowl tight ends was 25.75 out of 100. And the bottom end threshold for long-term starters was 7.68 out of 100. So tight end is one of those positions, at least when it comes to the bottom end threshold, where you don't necessarily need to be super crazy productive. You do need to have athleticism traits and have those other sort of things, but production is, at least when it comes to the bottom end thresholds, is not the biggest deal in the world. However, that does not mean that production doesn't matter, because when you actually look at the averages at the position, the average All-Pro score was 90.17 out of 100 since 1969. The average Pro Bowl score was 81.64 out of 100, and the average starter score was 74.65 out of 100. So despite the fact that the bottom end thresholds, essentially if a tight end scores below average, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's no shot at all of them becoming a starter or becoming a multiple Pro Bowl player, but the All-Pro and Pro Bowl players were productive. So you do have to take that into account when you're talking about tight ends. Then, of course, when you get to athleticism data, Mike Gesicki was by far the best testing tight end at the combine with a 98.40 explosive lower body strength score, 91.60 speed score, 97.57 flexibility score. All in all, when you look at Mike Gesicki's profile, when you look at his production profile, you look at his athleticism data, he looks like a potential Pro Bowl or All-Pro tight end, depending on who you talk to and who you look at. I would say that in terms of the averages at the position, he does have a below-average production score compared to All-Pro tight ends, a below-average score compared to Pro Bowl tight ends, but I do think that he is in a general sweet spot between a Pro Bowler and a starter, that I think there's a lot of possibilities with him overall in his career. So I think, again, you just look at the athleticism data, you look at the size, you look at all those other sort of traits. He's a relatively younger tight end as well. I think if you add all those things together, I think Mike Gesicki should be a first-round tight end in this draft class. And not only that, I think he should be the first tight end selected, which I think he will based on his overall data. Again, the data does put into doubt at least his ability to become a multiple All-Pro, multiple Pro Bowl tight end, just because of the averages at the position. But I do think that, again, based on his athleticism and based on that other sort of information, that I do think there's a good shot that his potential is about as high as you could possibly want a tight end to be. It's just a matter of him going to the right team, going to the right system that utilizes him and makes the best of his talents. And of course, my name is James Coburn. You can find my other work at draftcoburn.wordpress.com. And also follow me on Twitter at Geometrics. And if you like this content and you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share this video as well with anybody that you know. Hit that notification button so that you're always reminded when another video of mine drops. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.